Hello, and welcome to Zap the Gender Pay Gap, the podcast series where we expose the elephant in the room. The elephant's name, the gender pay gap. I am coming to you from Memphis, Tennessee, located on the banks of the mighty Mississippi River. Nestled in the southwest corner of the state, Memphis is home to the blues, barbecue, and so much more. I am your host, Gwendolyn Tucker.
Thank you so very much for joining me for this episode of Zap the Gender Pay Gap. I am your host, Gwendolyn Tucker. Look for me on Apple, Spotify, Google, and YouTube, or any other platform where you find your favorite podcast. And please, when you find me, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd so appreciate it. You all, I had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you did too. My husband Ricky and I heard from family and friends, both near and far, and we got a chance to share Christmas Day with family on my husband's side. Boy, did we laugh and eat. Then we ate and laughed some more. We had the best time. I received some of the best gifts that warmed my heart. I've been talking to you about asking for a raise, so I decided to follow my own advice. I reached out to family and friends and colleagues and asked them to listen to my podcast. And guess what? The highest views on a single episode. Yeah. And that's thanks to you. I asked my friend LaShawn if she would be willing to share it with at least one friend. Her response, one, Gwen? With several question marks in bold red. She said, shared it with 20 ladies. My response, oh my word, you, with lots of exclamation marks and hearts. One of LaJohn's friends responded and said she listened and enjoyed it. She said, it spoke to me that I should never give up on my dreams. Cool is that? Family and friends alike responded in the positive with lots and lots of encouragement to continue on. And for that, I am so very grateful. So, a great big thank you for your support, not only at Christmas time, but all during the year. I launched this podcast February 1st of this year, and so many of you have been hanging in there with me and sharing Zap, the gender pay gap, with other women in the workplace too. I started this podcast to expose the elephant in the room. It's a huge animal, but it tries to keep out of sight. You've heard the saying, out of sight, out of mind, right? Well, this elephant has been hoping it will stay out of your sight so it will not be top of mind. But keeping it out of sight only serves to keep it in the dark and you too. And it manages to keep us poorer. I don't want that, and I'm sure you don't either. No, my mission is to expose this elephant in the room and to make it visible so you can see it in the light of day, to disclose how it impacts our lives, not only today, but also tomorrow as well, and then to take steps to dispose of this elephant to prevent it from robbing us blind. Now, I love learning new things, especially new things that can add value to myself as well as to others. Imagine my dismay at learning about some alarming facts about the gender pay gap. Talk about bringing this elephant into the light. It took center stage. I disclosed those in episode 2, so please take a listen. But I'll share them with you here just as a reminder. Women on average earn 82 cents compared to every dollar men earn. Now that means that the gap is 18%. That's fact number 1. So a difference of 18 cents for every dollar earned. The pay gap is worse for women of color. The pay gap increases by age. The pay gap varies by state. And the pay gap, it varies widely by occupation. Yes, I was alarmed by these facts, so much so that I convinced myself that I couldn't stop there. At just learning about them, I just had to tell everyone and anyone who would listen, women and men alike, who can do something about closing this gender pay gap. I really wish I could click my heels like Dorothy on The Wizard of Oz and Like magic, women would earn equal pay for equal work. But that would be wishful thinking. And wishful thinking is unreality. And living in unreality means I would only be fooling myself. And I definitely don't want to do that. No woman deserves to be trapped in the gender pay gap. So, my focus in 2023 has been to expose this elephant in the room. It dovetails quite nicely with my mission in life, which is to leave each person and place better than I found them. And I thank you so very much for returning here again and again. I've done that by sharing the top 3 challenges women face in the workplace. Those challenges are that women are consistently underestimated, underrated, and undervalued. You know what this leads to? Women are underpaid, hence a main cause of the gender pay gap. But even if underestimated by others, you don't have to underestimate yourself. A very accomplished business owner said she loved being underestimated. It set the stage for her to do her best work. Talking about doing your best work, can you imagine someone trying to put limits on Simone Biles? Well, they did, and Amy Bass called them out for their hypocrisy. Simone's work has been underrated, underrecognized, and undervalued. In the end, guess what? In the end, Simone proved them wrong. Check out episode 36 to hear the full story. Simone proved her naysayers wrong, so can you. I also talked with you about the importance of going after your fortune, which is the pay you rightfully deserve. I like to think of it this way. Fortune equals F to the third power. It takes faith to believe not only that it's worth it, but that you're worth it. Fortitude, the will and the courage to stick with it until you get what you're going after. And then facts, proving and providing enough evidence that the judge and jury, when it comes to pay, the judge and the jury, or your boss and your boss's boss, will find you guilty and say, yes, give that woman her raise. I love hearing that. What do you? As 2023 draws swiftly to a close, I really would like to give you a sneak peek of what's in store for 2024. My colleague and friend Christine shared a article about why women don't negotiate their job offers. You know I will dig in and share the best nuggets with you. And I stumbled upon an article about 50 ways to change your life in 2024. No, I won't share all 50, but I bet you can't guess one way that they list. If you said, ask for a raise, you are the winner, my dear. So you know I must share some of those with you. Be on the lookout for them and so much more. I'm almost out of time. Can you believe it? Growing up, my grandmother would often say, my, how time flies. As a child, it seemed as if time stood still. But now I see what she meant. She would often say, just keep on living. It hardly seems possible that 2023 is almost gone and 2024 is about to dawn. Before I go, let me say this. Thank you for all the support and encouragement you have extended to me in 2023. May you be greatly blessed by your kindness extended to me. My hope is that you will thoroughly enjoy the remaining days of 2023 with family and friends, making fond memories that will last a lifetime. I sincerely thank you for joining me today for this episode of Zap the Gender Pay Gap. I look forward to seeing you here next Wednesday at noon Central Standard Time. Happy New Year to you and yours. 2024, here we come.
Thank you for joining me for this episode of Zap the Gender Pay Gap. Please rate, review, and subscribe to or follow me wherever you get your favorite podcast. I am your host, Gwendolyn Tucker. Thanks so much for listening. See you next time.